attack the emotions of your prospect. When we talk marketing messages, you will have to choose a type of appeal. It might be rational, emotional, or moral. You can also combine these three, but in this lecture I will focus on the emotional appeal. There is a saying, people buy on emotion and justify with logic. And I find this one to be very true in many cases. I say in many cases because it really depends on the product we sell to decide what appeals to use in our marketing messages, in the copy. It's not a secret that some products require selling the facts and the figures. In other words, the factual information. Other products, however, require appealing to the emotions of the prospects. For example, if you sell a laptop to a programmer who's been developing logical thinking for years and is purely interested in the specifications of the laptop, in this case, it would be wise to use rational appeal, facts and figures. On the other hand, if you sell lipstick or other cosmetics, then it would be wise to use the power of emotion. Emotion means movement. The Latin verb motore means to move. An advertising guru, William, said, "You've got to say it in such a way that people will feel it in their guts, because if they don't feel it, nothing will happen." As I've said in a previous lecture, you should be painting pleasant pictures in your prospect's mind how much life would improve after they buy your product. You need to make these pictures as vivid as possible. You need to make your prospect feel the outcome your product delivers, feel the transformation, so to speak. Remember, your brain cannot tell the difference between what is real and what a well-told story is. A huge realization in marketing is that people are emotional creatures. We are creatures of emotion, not creatures of logic. In fact, this is not just about marketing, it's about communications in general. If we look at marketing and advertising, we'll kind of notice two schools that use different appeals. The first marketing school uses rational appeals, the second marketing school uses emotional appeals. Very often, these two schools argue which the better appeal is because they are strong proponents of what they practice. Of course, that is normal. I'm not here to argue which appeal is better and more powerful because, as we've already discussed, it all depends on the product we sell and, more importantly, the target audience. If you sell to a computer engineer, they would relate more when they hear storage of 1 GB for MP3s. If you sell to girls and boys in high school who study design, well, they would relate more to the 1,000 songs in your pocket slogan. This is why you need to have a clear understanding of who you are selling to. Here are some characteristics of emotional appeal. Number 1, design and colors are of a paramount importance here. The design of your product, of your website, squeeze page, sales page, and so on. Number 2, music and sounds. What kind of music do you use on your sales video, if any? What is the mood of the music? Is it bright, or energetic, or maybe gloomy? Number 3, the quality of your images. Maybe this one goes with design, but still, a picture says 1,000 words, so you need to be careful with this one. Don't use low-quality, overused pictures for important projects. In other words, when we talk emotional appeals, it's more about the symbols used in the marketing message, symbols that convey trust. The design, images, music in your marketing create an emotional response. This is why you hear marketers doing split tests on colors alone and notice increased conversions. This is just one example. Now you understand why big companies use ads with happy people using their products, because that conveys an emotion, more specifically happiness. If we buy the iPhone, we'd be as happy as the people in the ad. That's probably what we think subconsciously. On the other hand, master copywriters are pretty good at conveying what would happen if prospects don't buy the product. They state a problem and they agitate the problem. They stick a knife into the wound, so to speak. And the main offer is the solution to that problem. And why do they agitate? because they want you to feel the pain, to experience fear. Again, emotions. So your job is to decide the mood of your marketing messages, and simply when you write or before you write any copy, ask this question. What emotional appeal do I want to convey with this message? And because I want to help you out, here are the top 10 emotions or emotional triggers used by marketers. Number 1 will not surprise you. This is fear. Here is what will happen if you don't take action. Number 2, happiness. My product will make you happy. Number 3, excitement. Your message must not be boring, but exciting. Number 4, hope. The past does not equal the future. There is a hope for a better future. This product will help you with that. Number 5, pleasure. See how pleasurable it is to use my product. Number 6, guilt. It's not your fault, or it is your fault type of sentence. Envy. These people have something you don't have right now. Usually it's something your prospect desires. Number 8, belonging. Being part of a mastermind group, for example. Number 9, curiosity. Extremely powerful. We've talked about that. And number 10, sympathy. I know how it feels. I've been in your shoes. You shouldn't use all of them, but you should be thinking about what you're trying to achieve with your marketing message, which emotions you would like to trigger. As for the logical appeal, you need to be using facts to support your claims, or what David Ogilvy calls factual information. The logical or rational appeal focuses on the consumer's need for practicality and functionality in a product. In your marketing message, you talk mostly about the features of your product. If we take our example with the laptop, you'd focus on the size of the hard drive, the type of the hard drive, for example SSD, RAM memory, processor power, the inches of the display, the keyboard backlit, and so on. Another important point, if you do business to business, it would be always better to use logical appeal in your marketing messages. Time to recap. Number 1, people buy on emotion and justify with logic. Number 2, a huge realization in marketing is that people are emotional creatures. Number 3, there are 2 schools in marketing and advertising. The marketers from the first school are proponents of rational appeals, whereas the marketers from the second school are proponents of emotional appeals. Number 4, to what extent to use emotions in your marketing copy depends on your target audience. Number 5, top 10 emotional triggers are fear, happiness, excitement, hope, pleasure, envy, guilt, belonging, curiosity, and sympathy. Number 6, the logical or rational appeal focuses on the customers, on the consumer's need for practicality and functionality in the product. Focus on the features and the factual information related to your product. Thank you for watching and stay purposeful.